So I put out a poll a little while back asking how many stores you typically shop at when you go hunting. And the majority of the answers to that was 1 to 5 stores, which is pretty much what I expected. And honestly, it's basically what I do as well on a typical day. But what really surprised me was the amount of people that answered they only shop online. It ended up being about 1 in 5 people. Now, I know it was a small sample size and it's probably not indicative of the Hot Wheels community overall, but it was still interesting. So, with that in mind, we're going to talk a little bit today about buying and selling Hot Wheels online. Now, some of you have already seen the community post that I put out a couple of days ago saying that I was going to be selling part of my collection on eBay. In fact, I'm pretty sure several of you on here have bought some cars from me already, and I greatly appreciate that. So, as we go through, most of these will be available on eBay. If you don't see them on there, then I've probably had them on there and they've already sold. So, sorry if you missed out. But I will leave in the pinned comment, y'all, either a link to my eBay page or my username, whichever one is going to work out better, because sometimes YouTube doesn't like to link out to other websites and things like that. So whichever is going to be more convenient and easier for you to follow, I will try to put that in the pinned comment below. So we're going to be looking at several types of cars today. I'm not going to go over everything I have for sale. I'm going to break this up into videos of probably about 10 minutes long or so. And, as we go through this video, we'll talk a little bit more about why I'm selling, where I'm selling, and some values, probably, maybe some tips and tricks if you're buying or selling online. But I'm gonna try to limit it to about 10 minutes. And so with that, we're just gonna go ahead and get into the cars here before I ramble on too much. Here we have the 71 Lamborghini Miura SV. And, we'll be doing several treasure hunts on here, some RLC, and then a few odds and ends. So that's how it's going to go if you want to try to figure out what you might want to see in the video here. As for this car, like most treasure hunts, once they start getting around that 1-year-old mark of being out, maybe a little bit more, their value pretty much settles in, and it's usually dropped a little bit, some more so than others. But typically that's where they're going to stay for a little bit. This one's in the, I think, $40 to $50 range right about now. Really nice casting. I found several of these last year. And, they didn't go. They were about, I think, 55, maybe 60 top dollar. So they've not fallen all that much so far. We'll see what they do. But with supers, I just am at the point where if you've watched some of my other videos, you've probably heard me complain about my room up here and that I just cannot get it organized. I've got way too much stuff, and I've tried and tried and tried to get it organized, and I just can't. I've just got to get rid of some stuff, move some things out of the collection, at least as it stands right now. And so for the supers, I used to hold on to these just for the fact that they were supers. I would keep at least one of each. And, honestly, they've just been sitting in a box. So I'm at the point where if I don't love it and I don't plan on displaying it or doing something with it, I'm going to move it on down the road. It'd be much better served in somebody else's collection that's going to enjoy it more. And I can use the funds for these to buy something that I really am in love with and that I'm just going to like more. So, awesome car. I do like it. Just doesn't fit in with my collection. So, it's going to be moving down the road. Here we have the 94 Audi Avant RS2. This is one of the only supers I didn't find in the wild last year. You can see I got this from the factory sealed set. And another one I thought, when it first came out, I thought, well, that's a weird super, but I really did end up liking the car quite a bit. To be honest with you, I kind of like the mainline better than the super, at least for the paint and the body. The wheels are, of course, pretty cool on here, but you could always do a wheel swap. Either way, just another one of those that doesn't really fit the collection. Now, I will say normally I sell on Facebook first. And if you're a seller, you do tend to, I think, in my experience, make a little bit more money on there per item. Just because you're not dealing with fees, and people aren't usually as bad to ask for discounts on there. Unless they're buying in bulk, which is fine. And, as long as you price your items well to begin with. And I normally have really good luck on there. So I don't know why, but this group of cars I just didn't have much interest in. I sold several on there, but just not near as much interest as I thought I would have. Speaking of interest, Volkswagen Coffer Racer. This one probably is still up on eBay. If it's not, it may be in the middle of being relisted. So this one has fallen in value a little bit. I think I have this one listed at $25. And this has already sold 2 times and been relisted 2 times. And, I've had, honestly, as far as views and watchers, this has had more interest than anything else that I've had put up recently. And so the first time, I guess I'll say, if you only buy on eBay and you've never really sold anything, you may not understand some of the stuff that the sellers go through. So I'll give you an example. The first person that bought this and one of my other cars that I have for sale. I gave them a very good discount on both cars. And they had sent me a message asking me to send them a new invoice for combined shipping, which is typically a, courtesy that as a seller you offer people. You combine shipping. Well, due to the size of the boxes, I was going to have to move up in size and box to ship both items together. And it was actually going to cost more money. Just one of those fluke things where the size of the box I was going to have to use and everything worked out to where it was going to be, like $1 more for shipping. So I messaged the guy back. I say, hey, the way it stands right now, you'd be better off just paying it like it is and me shipping it like it is separately because it's going to be cheaper for you. And, I told him the deal, and he sent me a message back and said, well, if you can't combine shipping, then just cancel my order. So, if that's something that you expect and it's not explicitly stated, not just the shipping, but anything, if there's something that you're not sure about on an item, please ask the buyer before you purchase. I know you can get in that mode of thinking, oh, this is a good deal, I'm going to miss out. And, that may be so, but just kind of as a common courtesy, y'all, ask or make sure it's not going to be a deal breaker for you at least before you agree to purchase. Because once you hit that button, you have agreed to purchase and you're backing out on that. And that's just not good. And for a lot of people, that'll get you blocked from buying things from them. But either way, like I said, the next one, I think the guy was wanting to make an offer and accidentally paid full price, which I can understand that. That's maybe an easy mistake to make. But it relisted, and I don't think he ever made an offer. So, it is what it is. That's the things you run into when you're selling stuff. I think that does it. Nope, got one more here we'll show. This one has already sold, and I'm pretty sure it's sold to one of you guys. If this is yours and you know it, leave a comment below if you want to. You may not want anybody knowing your business, but 2020 Corvette, really cool. Interesting story on this one. I actually, when the Kroger exclusives came out, the last set of them last year, they had been doing the online, like half cases with the exclusives in them. And I kind of bought one of those online hoping that it might be the new exclusives, but it wasn't. It was a set of the old exclusives, but that half case actually had this super treasure hunt in it. So pretty cool. I might have should have kept it just for the story, but either way, another one of those things. I think whoever gets this will definitely be happy that they got it. So more power to them. I do enjoy being able to add to other people's collections. I have a few RLCs here. And let me clear these off real quick so we'll have a little bit more room. Try to work my way through these pretty quickly. I have the 69 Chevy Camaro SS here. If you've seen my review on this recently, I do really like this casting, but there's something about this paint, I think that's what it is anyway, that I'm just not crazy about. Now, I will say that on the Mattel Creations website, I'll leave a link in the description below, they do have a new one they're coming out with. I think it's actually next week, but it's in blue and got black racing stripes on it. I'm definitely going to pick that one up. I love the look of that one a lot more, so hopefully when I get it in hand, I won't be disappointed with it, but just something about this one didn't hit me. I love the casting overall. It's super nice, but this is another one. Somebody had agreed to buy this one on Facebook, actually, and then never heard from them again. So I haven't posted this on eBay yet, but I'll probably be doing that today sometime. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead and check that out. Have this custom Camaro here. This was the 20th anniversary. This one caused a little bit of controversy because it had the, what do they call these? I can't remember what they call these wheels, but either way, these are not real riders. They are not real riders. It says they are, but they're not what you typically expect as real riders, right? And a lot of people were upset about that. So I get it. I just kind of held on to this one because so many people were doing wheel swaps on them. I thought, one of these days, there won't be many of these available because everybody took them out and did wheel swaps on them because they were mad about it. But, and a lot of people got rid of them because they were mad. But either way, just something that I'm just not really in the mood to have taken up space in my box anymore. Not super crazy about the casting overall. Don't really like the shadow chrome. Don't really like the wheels. The casting itself is okay, but just, there's a lot of other cars I'd rather have. So I think this one may have already sold, but if not, it'll be on that eBay page. I have this Elite 64 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. Don't inherently have anything wrong with this car. It's just really not my style. And honestly, I just pretty much kept it because it was number one in the series. But, the one and the two, neither one really impressed me. They do have some good qualities. And if you really like these cars, they're definitely good pickups. But just not really something I'm interested in keeping around in my collection. So that one is going as well. I think this one is still up for sale. And you can probably get a pretty good deal on this one if it's something you're interested in. Last couple things here, guys, and we'll round out this video. Did pick up several of these Toyota Supras lately. These I did have for sale, but I think these may be getting either gifted or traded, something. We'll see. You might end up seeing these somewhere else, but I'm not sure exactly what's going to end up happening with these. They may end up on there, or I may end up with some other ones on eBay, but as of right now, don't expect to see these. These are probably going to be pulled and something else done with them. And the last one, not really Hot Wheels, but well, actually I say last one. I got one more to look at after this, y'all. 69 Chevrolet Camaro SS. This is an M2 Machines 1/24 scale chase. Normally these things go real hot. I mean, I don't have a problem getting rid of these at all, and this one's a really nice car. But for some reason, I've just not had that much interest in it. I finally did sell it. So this one is sold. You won't see this one on eBay, but this thing took me a while to sell, and it was really surprising. Normally, I at least have trade offers on them, and for that one, I didn't. All right, so 81 Camaro. This one will also be up for sale, and one of the reasons I wanted to add this, the card on this was a little bent. This is from the factory sealed set as well. I've tried to fix this card a little bit, and I think it's just got too much of a crease on it to fix. So, if that's something you don't care about, you can probably get a little bit of a discount on this car on the eBay page. So be sure to check that out. It's not live yet, but it will be sometime soon. So guys, if you like seeing some of these videos about what's moving out of my collection, I am going to be doing some more. So be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I would definitely appreciate it, not only because of the eBay page, that's one thing, but really kind of pushing for that 1,000 subscriber mark. That would be really helpful for the channel, help me to do some extra things here, and overall just make better videos for you. So there should be a video popping up here that YouTube thinks you'll like. Be sure to check that out. As I said, if you are interested in buying some of these items, check out the eBay page. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Happy to answer any questions you might have about buying, selling online, or just these cars in general. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Happy hunting, y'all.